Okay. Let's see. Right. Still a victory lap. Still, you know, the loveliest relationship moment. But I feel like you guys are magicking something into existence with juggling. You know, you're juggling the... It might be actually, yeah. In this case, it does feel like something businesses, something ventures, something, or just ideas in your mind about, perhaps you're thinking on some business ideas. Perhaps you have some machinations going on the side, you know, hopefully legal, about, ooh, you know, maybe I could do something different. Maybe I can work with this particular idea that I have. And imagining something in existence and being a boss about it, why I said that earlier, is because these guys came out together, back to back together. And they were glorious together. You know, not only the person in control, you're the person who gets to manipulate the situation while being in control. Because not always the person in control gets to actually control what's happening or what's going to happen or actually influence anything. Just because you're at the top doesn't mean that you actually have your fingers in the pies or you have, you know, your hands on the steering wheel. This says you do have your hands on the steering wheel. You can make magic out of whatever situation it is that you're trying to juggle into existence, actually already working on it, or even if you're still just like thinking about it, if you're just juggling ideas into your mind, you can figure this shit out. You know why? Because we get the Seven of Pentacles. You have an opportunity, and I think whatever seeds, just start a new sentence, you know. Whatever seeds you sow for whatever it is you're trying to magic into existence, this August, whatever seeds you sow, they will bear fruit. If you keep working on them. I think also for some of you guys, you are getting, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a text from somebody who was important to you at some point in your lives. And not like just like, you know, an ex, I mean like an ex. Like, oof. Kind of sad that they're gone, kind of not sad that they're gone. Maybe not sad that they're gone at all, but... Because this feels like definitely like an unexpected text message or, you know, an email. But probably a text message, an unexpected DM. Somebody's back into your DMs, and somebody's back into your DMs who was a past connection to you, and like a serious past connection to you. With you. Somebody who mattered to you a lot, somebody who you were together with, and somebody is coming back. I don't know, or perhaps they're already back. You know, technically, this is still Mercury retrograde season. I have no idea when it's ending. I think it's ending sometime in August. Who the fuck knows? Tell me in the comments. People who know astrology better than me are actually keeping up with it. I know my ex retrograded back into my DMs, so that was fun. But somebody is coming back. And not necessarily in a bad way. I feel like most of you guys still have like a good relationship with them, or at least whatever it is that you left, however you left that relationship, you left it on good enough terms that you don't feel upset at them or vindictive about the whole way everything ended. It won't be like, oh no, when they come back to your DMs, you know, you're gonna be, oh, okay, that's interesting. Hello, hi, yes. Would you like to come out for drinks? Yes. So some drinks, maybe, you know, catch up how we're doing. I think you're going to take that offer. And I'm not, you know, no judgment call on this one. It's completely your judgment call about whether you should take this or not. Because I'm not here to give relationship advice unless you ask me to give you relationship advice. or unless the cards specifically tell me no or yes, go for it. This one just feels like, you know, just saying somebody's coming back, your decision whether you want to take them up on the drinks offer or the going out for whatever meal or just a conversation and DMs offer. Your decision whether you actually, you know, reciprocate. I hope the camera's actually not too badly. This is a line. Your decision whether you guys want to actually, you know, engage in any kind of a conversation with them. What else do we have here? I think for some, okay, back into the previous story because I am a chaotic ass reader. For some of you guys, the victory lap from the previous month, I think some of you guys may have gotten promotions or just not promotion, raise. Whatever it is that was your victory lap in July or still is your victory lap, it's put you in this position. It's put you in the position to not only be the boss, or at least feel like the boss emotionally and energetically, but you're also in the position to actually manipulate things more now. And not just in your workplace, or just maybe not just in your family life, but in just like, you have more power and you have more freedom to actually put the pieces on the playing field how you need them to be or how you want them to be. Because, once again, I hope the camera pulls in this time, there's a very, very tiny man in between the magician's fingers here. I super love that. You have the power, you know. You do have the power. Do take that. Let's see, I want to pull the clarifier for the Emperor card. Because it's just like a boss ass energy because, well, you know. Okay, I don't know if some of you guys might be cross-watching for Aries. I hope so. Please watch more of my video. But these two cards fell out just for Aries just now when I was doing the reading for Aries as well. Just before this. So being the boss and being recognized for being the boss, being appreciated for being a boss, and feeling like, I think for some of you guys, this Ten of Pentacles is more like, you know, feeling more like the breadwinner now, feeling more like now that you have had your victory lap or are still having your victory lap, you have the freedom to actually be the person who provides for the rest of the people who are important to you, who are like your circle, not just your family, but like, you know, family, like blood relationship, but like your family in the broadest sense, your friends, the people who are important to you, the people who matter to you the most, and, you know. She's very straightforward, this one. I don't know what more else to add for you guys. I'm gonna pull a clarifier for that. Somebody's back into your DMs. It might not be actually an ex, it might just be like an almost that almost happened. They might be back. Or they might be back in your life, just general. Suddenly, like, you haven't seen them for ages, and they might be returning somewhere, just like around you, existing. You're like, oh, hello, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Ooh, and maybe you were kind of hoping for them to do that. Yeah, okay. She wanted to take that as well, and okay, I'm gonna take you as well. Fine. The sun and the star. I really hope that the camera's not too small. I think it is. Let me just... A little bit better? A little bit better. The sun and the star. For this guy, the past relationship. the past returning relationship who's kind of like back into your circle. Maybe back into your DMs, but I mean also like just like, oh, suddenly they're back. In some capacity, they're back where you just hadn't seen them, hadn't heard from them for a very long time. I think some of you guys may have a magician listen to me, perhaps, maybe, possibly. There is a great hope for happiness for a lot of you with this. That's why I felt like, you know, this is not a bad, oh, my ex is back in my DMs. No. This is not a bad old connection. This is, I think, something as well that, like, possibly didn't really manifest into the lovers in the lovers way, you know, an almost ex, an almost something that you feel a lot of hope for, and that you do feel like there's could be great potential for happiness. Because, like, I mean, these cards together are just gorgeous. I mean, I like them on their own as well. Both the Star and the Sun are gorgeous cards, and the Sun is just the most Sun I've ever seen on any decks that I've ever owned or just even seen pictures of. There's a lot of good that could come of this, or at least what it feels like is there's not a promise of like, this is going to be so good. It feels like there's a lot of potential for it. And especially there's a lot of hope for good. Because this card jumped out, but this card was the one that was like, no, take me. And so I took them both, because the more the merrier. And they fit so well together. And this is what's drawing to me to this card right now. The fact that the figure's throwing herself into the pool, throwing herself into the light. It feels like guys will want to do that. You guys will want to throw yourself back into this. And it's the Star card. No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. What else? Past Aquarius or past Leo relationship, perhaps? Because the Sun also feels like a bit of a Leo for me a lot of the times. It feels like Leo or Aquarius or somewhere in their star charts, Leo and Aquarius. Maybe Gemini for the lovers, but I honestly don't feel the Gemini this time as much. You will want to throw yourself back into it. And once again, I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be the best thing ever. This is your judgment call. If you are in that place where you're okay with doing this, if this is something that you were asking for and you were drawing yourself to, this is something you were planting seeds for, absolutely take the liberty to throw yourself wholeheartedly into that pool of wonderful light and wonderful hope. Whatever it is and however it's going to be a whole lot. It feels like more of the pleasant variety, so good on you. You know what? Just because of those cards, I'm going to pull a Romance Angels for you. Usually these cards don't like to jump out as much as I like my cards to jump out. Getting to know each other. I feel like the common story for this is there was an almost. There was somebody you fancied or somebody you really liked or somebody you felt like something could really happen, something great could happen. But it never really did. So that's why it's an ex almost. It might not be your ex, it might just be like somebody who almost kind of happened maybe. But it never really did. And whatever it is that the situation is going to bring you back together, you're going to be brought back together, or at least you'll be given the chance to be brought back together. And this is the thing that's going to give you the opportunity to actually properly know each other better. And I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be pretty good, but I'd say the card said it's gonna be pretty good, so